Hi guys, it's me. I'm gonna do my makeup with you today. So I'm putting my primer on. I use the Wet n Wild Dewy Luminex. I try not to use too much. It tends to make me a little oily on my nose, so I use very little on my nose, just concentrated on my cheeks, my neck, and my forehead. And next, I'm going to grab a couple of my foundations. I like to mix a couple of them. I use a matte and poreless and a dewy because I like a little mixture of the two. One of them's a little lighter than the other, so I take the two colors usually and I mix them. Looks like this bottle is a little out. I guess I'll grab another one. So yeah, I'll take these. I'll mix them up a little bit here, just to get that color really, mixed together. I'm gonna mix them to make sure they're mixed, obviously. So I'm just gonna pat all this foundation on with my beauty blender. Just get a little tap-tap-a-roo. Really cover up those red spots. I tend to get really red around my eyes and on my cheeks. I like to take the foundation all the way into my eyes. Some people might not use it on their eyelids, but it seems to prime everything really nice for me for my shadows, and I'm gonna do a rainbow look today, so it's gonna prime everything really nice and get everything really ready for all those colors. So as you can tell, I like to work it in. Shoulders, ooh, getting a little. All right. So once you're tired and everything's put on, you're going to use your concealer. I use a Wet n Wild concealer in Fair Neutral. Take a little bit, a little something there. So I like to take it right under my eyes in a little, boat shape, I guess. So I'll take that all the way under my eyes. I'll take it on my nose a little bit, one little dot on the tip. I'll put a little line up straight into my forehead, on my cupid's bow, down my chin, and I'll do a little spot concealing. I have little spots. I'm a picker, so I have scars all over. And then I'll take my same beauty blender, the opposite side, and I will blend that all out. I like to take my concealer also up into my eyelids. It's another step for me to prime everything and get it ready for all those colors. All right, I'm gonna take my Fit Me powder. This is in 110. I'll take one of my Jeffree Star and Morphe brushes and I will just pack that into my under eyes. And I'll also stipple that into my face. You don't want to drag the powder. At least I don't like to drag the powder. I feel like stippling it into your skin or bouncing it up and down just packs it really, really nice in there, especially in those fine lines and wrinkles, because I'm an old ass bee. Take that into, your turkey neck all the way around, get everything going. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bake everything a little bit. I don't bake all the time, but I use just a Wet n Wild translucent powder, and I'll take that. I'll run that along my lower part of my cheeks. I'll run that also up into my nose and under my eyes. Alright, so I'm going to take this blush here. It's just another Fit Me blush. I really enjoy it. It's a little coral peachy color. I'm just gonna drag that along my cheekbones, up into my hairline, right by my ear there, up and around my forehead, just sort of lining everything. I don't contour, so I'll usually take a blush and I'll just run it around, making a little W, a sideways W on both sides of my face. Run that a little along your neck and your chin, just to bring that color back in. And normally I'll brush away all my powder before I start my highlighter. As you can tell, I'll notice in the middle of doing this that I need to brush away this powder. Yep, brush that powder away, girl. Get that out of here, dusty, crusty ass. Right, so I use another Wet n Wild highlighter. I love the Wet n Wild highlighters. They are absolutely beautiful, extremely shiny, and just gorgeous. Oh God, something to my eye. Oh, geez, sorry. So yeah, I'll take my highlighter, I'll run that along my cheekbones, right up into my brow bone. I usually run a little bit before I do my eyebrows. I don't know, that's just a personal thing. Run that up my nose, on my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin and lower lip line. Look at that glow, girl. Shine for the heavens, baby. All right, what's next? Let's do some brows, baby. So I don't really do anything crazy with my brows. I usually just take a little eyeshadow, brown eyeshadow, and a small angled brush, and I will just run that along into my eyebrows. I really don't do too much. I'm sorry about, you know, the palette. This is my first makeup video, so I apologize. The palette will be in the way a lot of this video, so just bear with me. I'm just taking a little concealer here, and I'm just gonna line that up a little bit. I'm just gonna take it along and run it right under the brow bone there. As you can tell, I just like to put the palette right in the way so you can't see anything, but I'm just lining everything up, cleaning everything up. I just used a little bit of powder. I'm gonna take my beauty blender, I'm just gonna tap that concealer right into there a little bit with my finger, because I feel like that just heats everything up. You know, your body heat will just sort of melt away that concealer and put it right in there. So there's one brow done. I'm gonna take this other one, finish this other one up real quick. Same thing, just filling that in a little bit with our brown. I use a little taupey brown. It's a little bit of a warmer taupe color. My skin is a little bit on the neutral side. I can do warm or cool colors. This one is a little bit warmer. Same thing, just taking the concealer right into there. Oh, as you can tell, I notice, move that palette, girl. So I'm just cleaning up that line with the concealer. Same thing, just running that along with a small little brush, a little flat brush. Taking my finger and just really buffing that out. I'll just run along, get some of those creases out of here. But I just like to set it with powder. I don't actually use the powder. I'll just use whatever residual powder's on the brush, and I'll just tap that along my brows. I feel like that just sets it for me, at least. I'm just gonna take a few of these Morphe palettes here. I tend to have a lot of rainbow palettes. So I have a few rainbow palettes, the Morphe and Jeffree Star, and another Morphe palette, another old rainbow palette that I have had for years and years. So I'm going full blown out, just rainbow color, but instead of a red, I'm gonna go ahead and do a pink. So first things first, I like to prime my eyelids. I'm gonna use this white, just a like big NYX eyeliner here, just buff out this white. I'll just put that on there, and then I'm just gonna sort of tap it around with my finger. I try not to pull my eye too tight, just be really careful because you can cause really fine lines and wrinkles. So I'm just pulling it a little bit taut. I'm trying not to put any pressure on really at all. So I'm just tapping that white out just to get me a really good base going for these colors. I know I've already started a base with my foundation, my concealer, and powder. So I'll just take a little bit of that on and, you know, get that really worked in there. I'm gonna take a little brush here and tap a little bit of a white, just a little white eyeshadow on there, just to sort of set it, get it really going. So I'm gonna hide behind my palette here again. Here we go. Let's do some hiding, Shannon. All right. So I'm just taking a really light nude color, sort of the same color as my skin, and I'm just gonna buff that in there as a little transition shade for all these rainbow colors to go down. So here I'm just taking a really hot pink, and I'm just gonna sort of tap that right in the center inner corner of my eyes. I don't like to start out with the red. I just feel like red sort of makes me look sickly, so I like to swap out the red in the rainbow for like more of a pink with a little hint of red to it. I like to go everything super bright. You can always do pastel colors, but I like them neon. I like you to see them from the high heavens. All right, so we're just packing on that pink, and then we're gonna use a little transition orange, just a really bright orange. I'm mixing two different colors together. One of them more of a pumpkin color, and the other a really light auburny mix of two oranges. So I'm just packing that on. So we're just gonna sort of blend them together. I like to use the same brush and a color switch. I'll just wipe that around in between colors. I'm using a really fluffy Morphe and Jeffree star brush here. So I'm doing vertical lines. You can always go with a little bit more of an angle. I will angle them out as they get towards the darker colors at the other outer corner. But right now I've just buffed on a little pink. We used a little bit of orange towards that outer bit, and now I'm putting a little bit of bright yellow in the center. I know you can't tell because I'm hiding behind my palette again. So I just like to take that yellow a bit above the pink and the orange, and I'll buff it out, and I'll just really blend it out so there's no harsh lines right at the top. All right, we're going in with those darker colors now. We've got our greens. Here we go, baby. Yeah, I know. Here we go, a little palette moving. Get that thing out of the way, girl. I swear the next video will be better. For now, we'll put this one up. But this is my first, so bear with me. Peekaboo. All right, so I'm really blending those other colors. I'm going back and forth in between the green and the yellow, and I'm just blending those two together. This will definitely be your harshest transition because it's the biggest jump between the yellow and green. So this will definitely be the one that you're really gonna wanna blend and blend and blend out. So I'm going just back and forth between my green and my yellow and just blending those things out. See? All right, now we're gonna tap into the blue. This is the first time that I've used Canceled from my Jeffree Star Mini Conspiracy palette. Or Mini Controversy, sorry. Just brush away that color. I know a lot of people like to do their eyes first with these kinds of looks. I really hate doing my foundation after my eyeshadow. I'm just not great at it, and I tend to just sort of mess things up. So I'm just packing on this blue here with the green. It's really easy to blend between the two, so I don't really have to do a lot of back and forth. Right, and then we're gonna take this purple and just sort of wing it out. I have a tendency to do a wing, so we're just gonna sort of make everything come into a point together here. So we've got our purple violet color. I'm just buffing everything in. My blue and my purple. I know I'm hiding behind my palette, but as you can see, I just sort of winging everything out. In between colors, I'd like to take a nude, that same color that's very close to my skin, and just really make those lines clean on the side. If the purple tends to run away from me or get a little crazy, that'll clean everything up. So don't worry about making a little bit of a mess. Hiding, I like to hide behind my palette so you can't see what I'm doing. But I'm literally just taking all those colors and blending everything in together with that nude color, peekaboo. But as you can tell, we've sort of winged everything out. Now I'm taking a very small little circular brush, and I'm packing all of those colors back in again, just going right through the rainbow, back in with the purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and pink. Just really pack in those colors. We want them to be super pigmented. In between takes, I like to take my little brush, just brush away some of this fallout. The purple tends to fall out most. Other colors are not too bad. And you gotta be really careful in this yellow area. You really don't wanna make it super muddy. You want the yellow to be super decipherable between all the other colors. Just be really careful when you're blending everything out. Where is it? Right in front of my face. Alright, so I'm switching back to that fluffy brush for my yellow because I like to just keep that color super clean and easily blendable. So I think it's just easier with a fluffy brush instead of that small compacted round brush. And then I'm switching back to another, I'd say in between my round brush and my super fluffy brush for my orange and my pink, and just really packing that into there. Then I'm gonna take that nice clean skin colored, almost white, and I'm just gonna blend out all those edges, make sure everything is not harsh, just really comes together here. And then I'm going to take the exact same colors, almost in the exact same places, just along my lower lash line, just to sort of make the look super cohesive. And of course you can't see anything that I'm doing. Again, I'm so sorry. I promise I will get better. Thanks, Rocco. Oh, that was my dog, Rocco, by the way. All right, so once again, just taking that nude color, and I'm just gonna buff everything out from the lower lash line. Ooh, look at that rainbow, baby. Yes, sorry about my lighting, it's terrible. But here we go. I like to clean everything up in between. I feel like it just really makes me just aware of my surroundings, able to just create more, and I don't know. As I get older, I just like to keep everything nice, organized, and clean. So I'm just gonna use this NYX matte liner. I really like a liquid liner. I have used felt tips and markers and things like that, but I feel like I have more control with just little wing tips like this. So I'm just gonna drag that wing out up into the color of the purple, just sort of connect that in between. I usually start with my wing, I'll go to my inner corner, and then I'll connect the two in the middle. Dogs go again. Sorry, guys. All right, shake up in between, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Wow, wow. Oh no! Right, so just, you know, you want to be able to cut a bitch with these wings. I don't know why I can't steer clear of doing a wing. I really try, but I love a good sharp wing. I like my wings to be a little matte. Some people like the vinyl finishes and, you know, a little bit dewier looking, but I like my eyes to look a little bit more matte. At least I'm not hiding behind the palette this time, guys. Woo! What you saying, girl, but you better be saying them wings is sharp as hell. So I'm just gonna take this white liner again, the same thing I prime my lid with, and run that in my waterline just to give it that really big eye, that doll look. I'm gonna get that doll look. I use that old Maybelline Great Lash, baby. That's all I use, and I am terrible at false lashes. Otherwise, this look would be perfect with some false lashes, I'm sure. I'm probably gonna start practicing, and, you know, maybe learn to use these false lashes, but girl, I cannot. I don't know why. Here I go hiding again. Hide behind that palette, baby. There's really nothing special here that I'm doing. I'm just putting some mascara on my eyelashes. Oop. And I'm also running it on my lower lash line as well. I love a good, really vivid lower lash line. Just pop that mascara on there. Just gonna brush away more of that fallout there. It's sometimes that rainbow, you know, it kills them. Yeah, I like to get up in there, get in them lashes, girl. really blow those things out. I like a thick, chunky lash. Some people don't. Some people like them nice and wispy. I like them big and black and thick and spiky. Hiding behind my palette the entire video. And all right, so and here comes my boy Rocco. Hi, buddy. Bye. All right, so I like to use the Jeffree Star mannequin. That is my favorite, all-time favorite nude of all time. How many times can I say all time? But first, I'm gonna put a little bit more highlighter on. Yes, God, shine for the gods, girl. I like to reapply my highlighter just usually one last time before we go with everything. Right on that Cupid's bow, baby. Make it shine, make it shine. All right, in with this Jeffree Star mannequin. I don't tend to line my lips. I usually don't have a problem with my nude. The only time I really line my lips is if I use a red. That's when I like it nice and sharp, but I'd like to sort of blend out the edges on my lipstick when I wear a nude. Of course, I'm hiding behind my palette because why wouldn't I be? But here you go, here's a little peek. Right, so we've got a nice nude lip, and hold on just one second. I'm gonna go ahead and find something here to finish this look up. So I want to thank you guys so much if you're actually watching this. I don't think I have any subscribers. I'm just going to sort of pop this up on my YouTube channel that I have from like, I don't even know, 10 or 11 years ago. And see how it goes from there. I'm probably going to do more videos here in the future, so hopefully there'll be more here coming. I like to use the Mario Badescu green tea face spray as a setting spray, so I'll just pop a little of that on there. And here's the rainbow look, guys. All finished up. Not great lighting, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll have some more videos coming here in the future.